Yeah, Twisted Twister, Windstalker on the mic for the vibe. Welcome to the Disco Turtle, where the good times arrive. We're talking music, games, and the silver screen. Living life the funkadelic way, you know what I mean. Got twisted twists from the turtle shell for the Q&A. Keep that shell steady and the funk alive, y'all.
What's going on, peeps? How's it going? So, this episode is Patient Zero. Why Patient Zero? Because every good zombie or virus movie has a Patient Zero that starts it off. And this is going to be the cure for our past episodes and make them into what it is that we should have made them in the original run of our show, which we did 3 seasons of the show, David and I, when it was originally intended to have a 4-player aspect. So Stephen, David, Daniel, and I were all supposed to come in, throw down, or different perspectives on music, video games, movies, life. And because of busy schedules and conflicts, Stephen and Daniel never did kick in, and it was David and I. So David and I decided to change the name from Pandora Crazy 4, which was very fitting for the original, show with 4 people, to the Twister and Hot Wheels show, which was perfect for David and I because there were just 2 of us. And now, since I am flying solo, we're going to be calling this the Disco Turtles, a rebranding of the Twister and Hot Wheels show, bringing the same concepts, the take it, leave it, talking about music, video games, movies, and life, because we got into some deep subjects in the past. And as always, David is more than welcome to come back and join in on these episodes once we figure out the logistics of the North Carolina, South Carolina thing, because David lives in South Carolina, and I got to figure out how to do the whole FaceTime thing. And Daniel is more than welcome, since his life has slowed down, because his kids are in their, late teens, early 20s, to hop on here with the FaceTime. And unfortunately, not to be a downer, but Stephen, and as much as I would like to say he has an open invitation to be back, passed away 8 years ago from cancer. And I you would think after 8 years it would be easier, but it's not. It's still rough. I wish I had gotten him in the early years, because he would have brought so much laughter and fun to these episodes. And then, of course, we can't talk about Stephen without talking about Sarah, who passed away 10 years ago. But because she was part of the original 12 people that was probably sort of going to be in the episodes if I had done this when I wanted to in the 90s. Because it was going to be Sarah, Daniel, David, Terry, Ben, Gil, me, Carla, Terry, Felicia, and I can't remember everybody, but yeah, we were going to have a big crowd. And then narrowing it down to the 4 was actually pretty sweet, because that was just the right number in my mind to do the episodes. And so here we are. We're going to right the wrongs of the past episodes, because our first season, let me go through my notes real quick, Because we're bringing this back March 6th, I think. Every Friday and getting 43 episodes in. Why 43? Well, that's because that's all we have, time for this year, because if we do one every Friday and there's normally 52 weeks in the year and we miss 2 months, this is March 1st. We kind of lost out on 9 Fridays. So there's that. But we will be doing 43 episodes this year. And I don't think they're going to be live. I think they're going to be recorded because the technical aspects of recording, or not recording, but doing this live, I had such bad experience with that, which is why I'm kind of interested in seeing how the FaceTime stuff's going to go, because that part's going to be live, but it won't be as demanding as as we had it. Because when we were doing the live, I would send my video to David, David would send his video to me, and then I would be sending it out, and that was painful on the internet systems. And yeah, so there's that part. Okay, and so let's break down what we did do and what we didn't do. And so season 1 was 24 episodes out of 52. Not bad, not bad. We covered everything from Five Finger to Punch to Corn to White Zombie, Rob Zombie, which Rob Zombie, White Zombie should have been meshed together and put together, since the central focus is Rob Zombie. So this year we're going to fix that and put it together and expand upon, everything that's happened since the last time we talked about White Rob Zombie, including his new album that he's dropping this year if it hasn't already been dropped. Because yeah, we gotta clean up some stuff, like the Nirvana Foo Fighters. That should have been one episode, since Dave Grohl is the central character in that. And we also need to do a better job at talking about Kitty and Straight Line STH. Even though STH hasn't done anything in years, and they were disbanded pretty much when we originally did the episode, I failed you guys because it was my time to shine, and I was relying so heavily on David that I didn't do a very good job at talking about them or Kitty. And Kitty released a new album last year called Fire, and it's definitely fire. So I definitely need to redo that and make it better. And of course, Black Sabbath and Ozzy, we didn't give Ozzy his flowers, and after his passing, it makes it even more saddening that we didn't do a very, didn't do a job on him. I mean, his final curtain call, which we didn't really, we knew he wasn't doing well, but we didn't think that would necessarily be his last curtain call, literally. It was awesome, and it wasn't the pure, unadulterated Ozzy that we all, knew over the years. But it was awesome. And then after his passing, the tributes was awesome. I really, really enjoyed the tributes and how, everybody came together. And, the other tragic thing is I don't really know if we did a deep dive, because I know we did, I think we did an episode on Soundgarden, and we didn't, of course, at the time, Dave not Dave, Chris Cornell hadn't passed away yet. So we missed that opportunity, and I always wanted to do an episode on Linkin Park. And now that Chester Bennington passed away some time ago, and their new female lead singer, which I didn't really know what to think about it. I mean, I'm not against female singers. I like female bands and female singers. And, you know, Mushroom Head had brought in a female singer, and that was pretty dope. But I just didn't know how it fit into the essence of Linkin Park. And actually, I was quite impressed. I mean, I haven't really listened to Linkin Park extensively since Chester's passing. Because I remember when Linkin Park came out in the early 2000s, and Daniel's sister, Carla, wanted that album, and she just annoyed the bananas out of me with that album. I mean, it's a great album. I mean, Hybrid Theory is a great album, but she so annoyed me with it that I couldn't stand Linkin Park. And then I took a step back, gathered my thoughts, you know, and hey, you know, turned out to be pretty dope. I don't think they have a bad song on that entire album, and then Chester ended up becoming the main, putting out some really dope songs. And it's sad that, you know, Chester felt there was no hope, especially after Cornell passed, because Chester and Cornell was close. I guess with one fall, the other one fell, and that's so sad. But yeah, this year we will be bringing it all back, even the Take It or Leave It, which I'm leaving live streaming except for Q&As and special occasions like this one, because it's just, I just don't think it's really worth it, because what they say about nobody watching it after a live stream is done and done, yeah. I can actually see that. And I got my notes right here. So in 2016, we started, which I made the channel like 6 months before we actually did something, because I didn't think we did Five Finger Death Punch till like July. I think I created the channel in like January. And we did 24 episodes out of 52. Not bad. Not good. And then season 2, we did 12 episodes. And it's like, man, that is just so sad. What was up with that? You know, it's like, why? And then we, you know, went dark. After that for 5 years. And then we came back for a season 3. And ironically, you know, during season 3 or season 2, we talked about Pearl Jam, which is a band neither David nor I like, but I wanted to just get it over with because I knew we'd eventually have to talk about it. And I will be doing some update stuff on Pearl Jam, but after my update video, I'm leaving Pearl Jam in the dust. Unless something significant happens, I'm not talking about Pearl Jam again. I'm leaving them because, yeah. Where is yeah, we did 32 episodes in season 2. Oh, and I've challenged myself to doing a 1,000-mile walk. I'm like 160-ish miles into it, which isn't good. we had some snow and some bad weather and some other stuff, and yeah, it's kind of been a rough year. And the whole reason I started it was because I went to my doctor and she did an A1C, and she said my bad cholesterol was bad, and my good cholesterol was bad, and I'm 12 points away from being a diabetic. So I got me kicking, and I didn't don't want to take the diabetic medicine, and so I'm trying, and I've been spending the last 3 months trying to avoid it, which got me into liking coffee, which I never liked coffee before, and now I'm like loving coffee, which is weird. And so 32 episodes. We did 32 episodes in season 3, and it shifted focus from, I mean, we still talked about the music, but it shifted focus more toward like life and what was going on, and I kind of enjoyed the life aspect. I mean, I enjoy talking about music because it's the soundtrack to our lives. But it is good to talk about things going on in life and everything, and all that stuff. So expect a lot of life talk in here, because while David is in South Carolina, I'm up here and got to figure out the logistics on how to do this stuff. It's still possible that you could very well fire up and get rolling again, because there's a lot I want to talk about. First, we got to bring justice to these episodes that we didn't do justice to, because there's so much better we can do, and so many movies we could talk about, like Dylan Tucker versus the Evil, I think was the movie David wanted to watch, and I never did watch it, so I let David take it over, and then I was intentionally not paying attention. But we did talk about a bunch of movies, horror movies mostly, and there's so much movies to talk about. Like, I watched Predator Badlands because that was a movie I was interested in watching, because who doesn't like the Predator movies? And it was an interesting spin on the Predator series, because we see the Predator unlike we've seen the Predator before. So that was interesting. And since they are now what seems like leaning more into the fact that the corporation that is trying to get a xenomorph is fully aware of the predators, I always had a feeling it was going to lean that way, and the fact that they were leaning harder that way, I like it. I mean, how could they not lean into that? I mean, we get Predator and Dutch surviving and telling the government this, and then we get Predator 2, and the scientists are trying to capture a predator. So why wouldn't a major crazy corporation want the Predator? And then of course AVP, I don't know how canon that actually is, but come on. I mean, the government basically nuked the town in Requiem. So like, wow. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of movies here lately, and there's some bukus of topics for us to talk about. And yeah, I find it interesting that this is going to be our year, you know? Just fixing the wrongs, righting the rights, getting that bass groove going on. And, you know, Disco Turtles, hey, you know, I like Turtles. And, you know, some disco music, you know, I like because it's got that nice bass groove. I like music with good, nice bass grooves. I think that's why I got into EDM in the first place, or dance, or trance, and some of this other stuff, because of the nice bass grooves that they have. So, yeah. So, that's why I'm leaning toward this. And it fixed the aesthetics of, you know, being solo while we work out logistics. And me trying to go from 280 pounds down to a buck 60, boys. Oh yeah, I should get me a power up sound effect, you know, for these segments and everything, because that would be cool. Like the Mario power up sound. That'd be like awesome. Man, I haven't. And the craziest thing is, and I don't know, we talked about it when we were actually at a show about taking Daniel to his first concert, which ironically was Cradle of Filth. Seeing them at the Orange Peel. And Daniel actually getting sucked into a mosh pit. That was like the most entertainingest thing I have ever seen, is Daniel getting sucked into a mosh pit for his first go at a concert. Like, and you know, I mean, the Orange Peel isn't a huge, you know, place, and you can't do pyrotechnics in the building, so bands like Rammstein will probably never form there. But it was a good time. And then Daniel and Anna and I went to go see Danzig, and that was a good time. And even though Anna sat in the back on the thing in the back, well, you know, because you could still hear the music out there, you know, but you know, being in there, feeling, that's why I like going to concerts so much. It's the energy. It just makes you feel so good. You know, and you're like powering up, and you're like, yeah. I haven't been to one in a very long time. I miss it. Maybe there'll be a good band come around to the Orange Peel that I will want to go see and do it again, because we went down to Ground Zero, and I don't know if we talked about this or not. We did a lot of episodes. Went down to Ground Zero, saw bands like Anti-Scene, Negative Approach, I Hate God. None of these bands I have ever heard of before. Toro was there, which I knew who Toro was because Toro is a local band that, you know, travels around, you know, to different venues and plays, and they're pretty good. I like Toro. So yeah. If you guys have any suggestions of bands to see, because I would like to see Nine Inch Nails again, because I haven't seen Nine Inch Nails from forever, and I'd like to see Kitty, since I think they're on tour again. I'd like to go see Kitty. OTEP, she finally hung up her boots after 9 albums, I think it was. Seems like it was 9 albums, because she's like, there's something about 9 being like the end of the single digits or something. I forget her exact quote. And yes, these future episodes will be scripted, and I won't be running off the cuff, because I think while running off the cuff in the old episodes where David and I just, you know, bounce off each other and not had a guideline. I don't want a strict guideline to stick to. but I would like, something, whether it's bullet points or whatever, where I can see it, follow it, and then if I want to expand upon something, I can expand upon something, and then I can bring my focus back, and bam, because I think that is what helps these episodes be better, is having focus. And bringing back the take it or leave it episodes, take it or leave it segments. Yeah. And one of the games I'm looking forward to is Resident Evil Requiem, because this one follows the daughter of Ashcraft, whose mother mysteriously disappears after being a survivor from Resident Evil Outbreak, which takes place during the entire original trilogy that took place in Raccoon City. That is one of my most anticipated games of this year, and I will hopefully have it soon. It would be kind of cool to take a road trip and bring some equipment down to David's and just do a show or two in his crib. I mean, I'm not going to go down to South Carolina all the time, because while it isn't a big trip, it is still a trip. And because I'm working Saturdays now, there's honestly no way I can actually do it. But we'll have to see. Oh, man. But yeah, I so want to go see bands. I want to, if today wasn't my off day, I would go and go for a walk, but today is my day of rest, which is a good thing. Which reminds me, I don't think I've been actually collecting the points, because I've been using apps to give me points and stuff like that to earn real cash for walking and everything, and I think I've been kind of slacking when it comes to collecting it and building up the coins. Because I think on one app I'm like up to like almost $4. I want to see how much I can get up to at the end of the year, because if I can like hit the $20 mark, that's gonna be like free money, baby. I'm still kind of confused and it's miffed, because that app just does exercising stuff, which ain't I'm like, because I've been trying to do Runna, which I don't know how I feel about that. I've tried to use Nike Run Club, I think is what it's called, and I haven't really, I got 3 notifications. What are my notifications? Fire up for your first run. Nike Structure Plus level up stability will run with you so you can meet your goals. Find your path with a coach guided run. Yeah, okay. Whatever, boys. Did I leave my shoes? Yeah, I leave my shoes. I have these shoes that I've had for years. They're Under Armour Phantoms hovers. And yeah, they have some models on them, but oh yeah, I need to log a mail so that custom HR zones personalize your daily. Ask me later. Yeah, I've been using Sonar to track my, steps and mileage and all that other stuff. And I haven't gone through and My nutrition fell down to 29% because I haven't been logging. I did sleep 4 hours. What the world? That's not right, boys. Oh, I know why. I don't know. I don't know why that didn't work. Google Fit should have. No, I don't think Google Fit does anything. Whatever. Oh boy. What was that? I don't know. Oh, speaking of Kitty, I've been listening to Kitty's, what do you call it? Reimaginings of 4 of their songs from their original album, Spit. And I gotta say, I'm quite impressed. They're quite fire. The only one I wish that they didn't actually put on there was "Do You Think I'm a Whore?" I feel like that episode or that song, but you know, it wasn't my decision. You know, the lineup change has been quite extensive. So yeah, I mean, so much to talk about, and I gotta work on the talking and stop going and It's annoying me, and I'm the one that's actually talking. Gotta find my Garmin bike computer. I've been looking everywhere for that mug, and I can't find it, and it's driving me absolutely crazy. I wanted to do a 1,000-mile challenge on a bicycle, and I can't find it. Of course, I have thought about just upgrading to the newer bike computers, but who has like $700 to drop on that stuff when I want to get a Mac Mini? I mean, I've been a Windows person since the beginning, and I have hopped on to Ubuntu and learned Ubuntu and can use Ubuntu, but I have Ubuntu compiled and configured to be more like Windows. And Steven did get me a laptop with Mac OS on it, and I didn't really do much with it. And it's not from the trying, but I just see my problem is that I tried to upgrade it because there was a new OS that was out because it was on an older, and I couldn't get it to work. I don't know what was wrong with it, and Steven took it back, and I never did see it again, and I feel bad because I didn't give Mac a fair shake. And the only reason that I didn't ever really get Mac computers is because it was so expensive. I could get like a $600 Windows machine, and Apple was like thousands, and it's like, it hurt the pocketbook. I mean, I can understand why people like Apple. I'm not going to say that. No, I have anything against Apple other than, like everything else, you get in an ecosystem and you're in an ecosystem. But, I mean, Ubuntu is probably the only one that's like, can take it or leave it on Windows and or Apple stuff, because you can pretty much make Ubuntu Apple-ish or Window-ish. So it's like, yeah. So, so I want to, eventually get into the Apple. Well, I mean, I already got an iPhone 13 that I've got when I was with Verizon for that little bit, because I've been Pro Straight Talk on and off for 26 years. My first cell phone actually was the parent company track phone. And then I got into Straight Talk, and was with Straight Talk because in between going between Verizon, US Cellular, Sprint, T-Mobile, I went back to Straight Talk because Straight Talk never let me down. It never jacked up the prices. It was just constant. You paid $45? Sure. If you want to upgrade a phone, you have to spend it out of your pocket. The other companies give you the ability to upgrade once a year and or put it on your bill so that you can, pay it off as, you pay your phone bill. Which is, got this iPad, which is an iPad Pro. And this is the 12.0 edition. And I have a case for it, obviously, and I spent the money on the pen, which I may need to get a new tip for. And you know what? I like it. And then I even broke down because my Liberty Pro 2s started doing the thing where they didn't want to charge anymore. And if they did charge, it didn't work. And so I finally got some Apple AirPods Pros 3s, I think is the latest version. That's, I connect to, my iPhone 13 of this thing because, I like this ginormous screen, which this ginormous screen right here, because that's beautiful and I can do all my work on it. It drops a pencil, which is kind of embarrassing. So yeah, I'm kind of sort of locked into the Apple ecosystem, but not really. I still use this thing. The thing that I realized after getting this thing is how heavy this thing is. And yes, I should get a case on this so that, it's protected and everything. And this space gray, I think is what they call it, coloring, is an interesting concept. And sure, they have newer iPads with I think they're up to M5 now. I think it's M5 now on the Macs, and this is like I want to say an M2 chip, which my iPhone 13, man, I got that in 2020 or 2022, I don't know. And I like, and they have come a long ways, which when I get my Mac Mini, because I want a Mac Mini, it's probably going to be a M4 or M5. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm going to go for the best of the best. Because I don't plan on upgrading every year, because when I get the Mac Mini, it's going to be like this computer, which I've had like almost 16 years. And I haven't really done much adjusting to it because why? Apple Pencil, where's the does this thing tell you, okay, iPad Pro 12.9 6th gen, which probably means that it's an M2? What? I don't even know. Let's see if the software update, because I'm in the beta program on here because, and the beta stuff actually works better on the iPod and iPad 13. And it's like, oh, why don't you upgrade to at least 16? But one of the other companies that's like Straight Talk has it where you can get the newer iPhones for like, I want to say $200. And all you have to do to unlock it is keep, it running for like 2 months and it's unlocked, and then I could technically put it on Straight Talk and have like like an iPhone 16 or something like that. Or something, and that's like 3 generations better than what I got. But I mean, if I had the money to burn, it would be a great idea. You just have to have the phone for 2 months, then it's unlocked. Put it on Straight Talk. Put the iPhone 13 to bed. Have a better chipset, and it can do the iOS 26 better, because iPhone 13 can't even do the Apple Intelligent stuff, which they're teaming up with Google and making Gemini and Siri the same thing so that Siri can be smarter. And it's like, okay. I even got ChatGPT extension on here, so that's interesting. I thought there was a thing on here where you can literally see the stats of this thing. Whatever. But yeah, I'm actually halfway tempted. Where was that general information about this thing? 12.9, 6th gen. Let's go to Google, because I put Google on here because I wanted to use Gemini on here. This is a much powerful system than, plus when I don't want to use my computer, I can use the iPad. Oops, I spelled general. There we go. Okay, iPad. No, that's not it. Oh, I put iPad. iPad 6th gen. Jeez. Okay. Let's see what it says. Oh, and this is great because now I have this. I don't have to mess with the computer. I can just be like. Okay, the iPad shipped with iOS 11.3. Okay. And it was released in 2018. And has a 2.34 gigahertz quad processor, which this has a 2 terabyte what do I want to call it? Storage unit on it. Yeah, why is it saying 9.7? This is, I don't want to do that. Just leave me alone. Yeah. Who cares? Stop. Dismiss. Okay, so the 6th generation 12.9 iPad 2022. Okay, so I've had this since 2022. Liquid Retina XDR mini LED display. Key features 5G connectivity. Oh yeah, that's right, because 5G was in its infancy-ish. And this does have the cellular stuff on it if I wanted to put cellular on it, which I had it. And let's see. Okay, it has the M2 chip on it. Okay, so this is an M2 model. Okay, beautiful. It has 8-core CPU and a 10-core GPU. That makes really pretty pictures. That way you can look at pictures of snuggles. And it's a 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. I got the 2 terabyte option. I got the Wi-Fi and cellular connection. It has the Thunderbolt USB 4, Apple Pencil. I never did get the keyboard for it because I wasn't convinced I needed it. And now I'm thinking, like, maybe I should just get the keyboard. And Face ID, all-day battery life. I'm not so sure about that. But the point of the Generation O thing is that I have this thing. I have the iPad 13. Or iPad 13. iPhone 13. Why is it so hard to say this stuff? And the current OS works. Of course. Okay, so this has an M2 chip in it. Beautiful. And we'll get out of here. And we'll go back to iPhone 13. And I just got the regular iPhone. I didn't get the Pro. So, why did it go back to the iPad? It makes absolutely no sense. Why am I having so much trouble? Oh, I see. I didn't delete the iPad thing, and I put iPad 6 Gen 12.9 and iPhone 13. It's like, I'm just killing myself here. Oh. Okay, there we go. And I got the regular. Oh, I need to write that down so I don't forget, because I'm constantly forgetting stuff. If I don't write it down, I forget. Over. And I said that came the iPad 6 Gen 4.9 came out in 2022. And the iPhone 13 came out September 24, 2021. 5 years ago? I'm running a 5-year-old phone? I got a computer that's like 15 years old, so what am I complaining about? That has the M2 chip in it. And the iPhone 13 has the A15 Bionic. Yep. 6.1 Super Retina XDR display. And I don't actually know what I think mine's 128 gig. On the iPhone, because that was the biggest I could get. Oh, that's right. Because at the time that I got the iPhone 13, I was running the Samsung, what was the flagship phone? What are Samsung flagship phones? Galaxy. I was running the Galaxy S21 or 22 or something. And then I got the iPhone 13 to do DoorDash, Instacart. Amazon Flex, Grubhub, Walmart, Spark, because the iPhone was supposed to be my business phone. Still is my business phone because I do eBay on it. But it's kind of transitioned from being pure business to other things. So it has a 4-core GPU on it. What's the... What? 12 megapixel camera. I want to say mine has the 128 gig storage on it. Because mine isn't the Pro. But yeah, I mean, I got them. And then, of course, I got the Pod Pro 3s that was just released. And you couldn't find them for the longest time because the iPhone 13 is up. And I got it for... And now they're selling the iPhone 13 for like $200 on Straight Talk. I'm like... Because after what I spent... And of course, it's still supported. Of course, they still go back to like... I think the 11 is the oldest iPhone that they currently support. Right now. Yeah. This is so convenient. As of 2026, the oldest iPhone still receiving active full support, including latest iOS 18. It's the iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR. I don't know what that exactly that means, but it's like, okay. Best value, okay, iPhone 11. So, what exactly that means is that there's 2 phones before the 13, and that means that the 13 gets at least 3 more years. Well, technically now 2 more year-ish of support because they're going to have to drop off the iPhone 11. Stop supporting that. Then they're going to have to start supporting, you know, and then... So, at least I'm safe for at least 2 more years. Then I won't have to upgrade. I almost want to upgrade to the 17, but the colors ugly. I mean, sure, my iPhone 13 has the silver-ish color to it. It isn't pretty. But the other, ugly. The cosmic orange. I see co-works having that cosmic orange, and it's like ugly. And I thought all the YouTubers getting the cosmic orange or the, I forget what they call the blue one with ugly. But seeing the cosmic orange in real life, I mean, ouch. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I'm not getting the new iPhone is because the ugly colors. Ew. I can't believe I talked for an hour by myself. It's actually kind of amazing. Okay, so yeah. Let's see. Before I wrap this up, because I got like 6 minutes. I could spill. I need to get more coffee. Well, Carrie is carrying the newer iPhone for Okay, so the Apple, okay, so based on your research, as of late 2025-26, the carrier is providing the newer iPhone for approximately $200 prepaid total wireless, formerly total by. As of early 26, you can get a free or heavily discounted iPhone, such as the iPhone 16e. That's it, 16e. Similar models when switching and committing to their 5G Ultimate plan, which startup cost is Straight Talk. Walmart offers the iPhone 13 for 150, 200. Yeah. Okay, so the 16e. Let's see. Let's find out about the 16e, because I don't know nothing about the 16e other than it's 3 generations newer than mine. Yeah. iPhone 16e. I know the E is like a discounted. Okay, the Apple iPhone 16e released in early 2025 for 500. We'll call it 600 bones, because I'm not gonna say 599. I do say 599, but 600 bones is a 6.1-inch budget-friendly, lightweight addition to the 16 series. It features the Ace 18 chip for Apple Intelligence, a 48 megapixel Fusion camera, a USB-C port, and 26 hours of video playback. It replaces the older SE model, offer modern design, though the lacks the MagSafe charging. I don't really know much about MagSafe. Starts at $600 for the 128 gigabit. I'm going to say that the total version of the 16e is going to be the 128 megabit version. A18 chip, 3 nanometers with 6 core CPU and optimized for AI, which is, their newest thing. Single 48 megapixel Fusion camera with 2 times optical quality zoom, while as sensor cropping, 12 megapixel front. Oh, so that's why they get it. So my 13 has like 2 cameras. This one has 1 camera. 6.1 Super Retina XDR OLED. 26 hours. Does not support 5G capable Wi-Fi 6 Apple design C1 modem. Isn't the C1 modem their newest modem they come out with? 128, 50, 256. Okay, so the total one will be 128. Okay, so let's go back here. We got time, which I don't really care about. Got the name of the company. Oh snap! The name of the company. Total Wireless, I think. Yeah. Total Wireless 16e. Okay, so you can get the iPhone 16e from Total Wireless in black, because apparently they don't have the white. 128 gigs. Nice. You can pay $16.63 a month. About Smart Pay. What? $299. Why is it $299? Oh, probably because you got to pay the plan. Ooh, wait, what in the bananas? Okay, the $55 unlimited, which is similar to Straight Talk's $55 plan, but with Straight Talk, you get Walmart Plus, you get ultra wide 5G, and some other stuff. Then you got the 5G Plus Unlimited, which is $65, and then you get the base, which is $40. So the $55 is fastest, with 15 gigabits of hotspot, which I want to say the 45 is like, I don't know, I have to look at it. And the 65 is the fastest with unlimited hotspot. Oh, wow, unlimited. TikTok doesn't offer that I know of, unless it's on their. And then you get 5 gigs. Yeah, that seems about like on par. Can we like oh, plan details. Here we go. There you go. Plan details. So $50 unlimited 5G that won't slow you down. 15 gig hotspot. Wait, it said 55 earlier. Oh, auto pay you say $5, which TikTok's got something similar. Texting to 200 countries, roaming in Canada and Mexico, similar to Straight Talk. Roaming in 30 countries, similar to Straight Talk. Get your fourth line at no additional cost, and it comes with Disney Plus Premium for 6 months. Already got Disney Plus. $60. Unlimited 5G data that won't slow you down. Unlimited hotspot. Same. Plus roaming in 30 countries and $110 long distance credit. Oh, as you go up in the plans for Straight Talk, you get $100 credit on your year so that you can get $100 off your phone. So if Straight Talk happens to get the 16E or the 17 for $200, I can use that $100 credit. I mean, to be on. Then the $40 one is unlimited data, 5G hotspot, and texting. Oh, wow. That's almost better than Straight Talk. Almost. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I could do that, and then I can just put this on the Straight Talk plan, and the thing is I'm hoping, I think we're on the iPhone 18 now. I forgot what the current iPhones is. Hoping that one of these companies will come out like with like a 17 or something, and for $200, and I can be like, yank. And okay. Oh, we're on the 17 now. So they won't do it for a while because we're currently on the 17th edition, getting ready to be on the 18th edition this year. Man, that Pro edition. If I was going to go get, and I normally wouldn't do this because when I got the Galaxy S21 or whatever it was, I think it was S21. I didn't go for the Pro model. I went for the base model because they didn't tell me nothing about the Pro model. If they did tell me about the Pro model, I would. But since, no, I'm probably going to go for the Pro model. I mean, yeah, I know it's like the Creator's Edition and only Creator can need it. I don't like the Air. Of course, the thing about it is the base model, iPhone 17, has better colors. You got lavender, you got sage, you got mystic blue. You got white, which I'd be a little bit of question about because there's no quick. And then you got black. Ooh, that's my color right there. Black. Yes. But you're locked out at 512, which means you're locked out of doing the high-end recording stuff. because only the Pro can do. And these colors are ugly, bro. Ugly. I mean, come on, give me a black cosmic orange. Ew. Deep blue. And white or silver. Silver I can live with because it doesn't get as dirty as white, but it isn't, it's like the colors are kind of just like. 3 cameras, beautiful, 8 megapixels. Yeah. Well, somewhere in here you tell me about the camera options. Which, if you watch YouTube, they're like, oh, you don't need the Pro because, it's the creator phone. Like, yeah, but I'm not going to spend this money on this phone. I might as well just go ahead and, yeah. Okay, 33 hours, 39 hours, 50%, charge in 20 minutes. But what I might do is do the total wireless, get the iPhone 16e, upgrade. Because even though the E isn't, it's still an upgrade 3 generations into the future. Because I'm in the past, and then I can go to the future, and then I can have this phone, and then I can be like, and then I can use, do like I do on here and use the artificial intelligence stuff. And then I can tuck the baby iPhone 13 away, put it with the rest of my cell phones after transferring all my data, and just, roll with it. Because it would be an upgrade. It'd be a significant upgrade. 4K 120. Yeah, see, I think the 4K 120 is locked out on the. But yeah, see, what do you guys think? Should I just go with a 16E and have a 3-generational upgrade? I'm only like generation behind the newest phone, and it's like $200. I mean, sure, the E may not be the greatest phone in the world, but it's still a significant upgrade. Or should I just stick with a 13, save up until I can afford the newest, grooviest? Because everybody at work has the freaking Pro. And they have wired earphones in their phone. It's like, it's so ugly. What do you guys think? Anywho, of course, the other thing is I want to get an Apple Watch. Because I got this Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 because I like it because of the rotary thing. The rotary stuff. Because it looks like a watch. My phone looks like a toy. And yes, I could go to Garmin, but then I'm like, well, I'm going to go. It's like, how much trouble does it take to get into the iPhone stuff? And because I've had this phone for a very long, not phone, but watch for a very long time. I can't get no more updates on it. It is pretty much finished. It still works, but I'm looking for that next upgrade. What do you guys think? Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because you guys have been groovy. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I thank you for watching this because I know this has not been a very interesting episode because I'm rambling, but like whatever. And I'm gonna write a script and do better in the next episode. So I'll see you guys next time. Why is that not working?
Yeah, Twisted Twister, Windstalker on the mic for the vibe. Welcome to the Disco Turtle, where the good times arrive. We're talking music, games, and the silver screen. Living life the funkadelic way, you know what I mean. Got twisted twists from the turtle shell for the Q&A.